I got some empties for you. So today's video is definitely going to be about empties, and I have so many empties, it's not even funny. I just collect and collect and collect until I have enough to kind of pick and choose from, because I don't want to just show y'all my empties every month. Sometimes they'll just be the same things, you know, so I wait until I try out some stuff, and then, you know, I might go back to other products or something like that. And so that's the kind of things that I want to share with you guys whenever I make an empties video. So this is kind of like an empties slash favorites slash flops, you know? Now before I get started, I want to show you this necklace right here. And I just think, isn't this so gorgeous? My mom actually made this for me, and I'm just kind of wanting to brag on her right now. Now this right here is just a James Avery chain, but she made this part of it, and I just feel like she's so talented, and I just love it. And it just kind of like hangs down like that. I like to wear it on a longer chain. I've worn it before in an Instagram photo, and I got a lot of compliments on it. Anyway, she is coming down in a couple weeks, and she and I are going to be heading to Hobby Lobby and any other store where we can pick up, you know, supplies to make jewelry, because she is so good at it. And I have some ideas in mind of things that I want her to make. Actually, I want these exact color beads. I feel like they're just so beautiful. And I want her to make me, or her to teach me how to make, like a kind of Chanel inspired long beaded necklace. I feel like that would be so gorgeous, and the kind that you can kind of like wrap around and stuff and wear with like loose tank tops and stuff like that. I don't know, I just feel like that look is so beautiful. Anyway, that is not an empties, but I just kind of wanted to brag on my mom for a minute. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that yes, I know that I was very, very heavy-handed on my eyeshadow today, and I am just really makeup challenged. I don't really know if it's makeup challenged or if I'm just like artistically challenged, because I can never, you know, just use somebody else's techniques. It never works out on me. I end up with a giant, just muddy mess, and it just looks ridiculous. So I literally have to put on my eyeshadow in kind of a like color by numbers fashion. I'm not joking at all. Like I literally like outline stuff, and then I color it in, and then I use one other color to just kind of like blend the edges, because I don't like to do all the blending and stuff like that. Whenever I start blending, I get it everywhere. It's like on my temples, you know, up past my eyebrows. It's just ridiculous. I'm just so challenged when it comes to makeup application, so I have to keep it super, super simple. So I was just trying out something today, just going with a little bit of a, you know, darker color, and I actually kind of like it. I just don't know. I never know how it turns out until I start editing, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, either I'm like cringing and thinking, should I even put this video up, or I'll just go ahead and put it up and be like, sorry y'all. So neither one of those things are empties related, and this is why my videos can get long sometimes, because I go in so many different directions. I get a thought in my mind and I just want to talk about it or share it. And all right, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so my first empty, and this should be no surprise, is the CeraVe PM. But of course, I've got several, because me and my daughter use and abuse the CeraVe PM. I love it because she's only 13 years old, and she's already, you know, getting into skincare and stuff too, because obviously, you know, kids do kind of what their moms do, and she sees me, you know, really into skincare, and I've discussed certain things with her before, especially when it comes to like sunblock, you know. So she's very aware of, you know, what can happen to the skin as we age, and, you know, if we get in the sun and stuff like that. But anyway, she loves this. I do too. We use it on our face, necks, chest, so we go through it really, really fast. Now, another empty that I have right here is the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, and I guess it's a body cream. And me and my daughter have used this. I mean, we used it so fast. However, I don't prefer it over my fragrance-free Gold Bond. This is my absolute favorite head to toe, not head to toe, although I will use it on my face at night sometimes. I'll use it as the last product that I put on, because it is fragrance-free and it just kind of locks everything in. And a lot of times the way that I test body lotions to see if they are really going to lock in the moisture, and because I want it to be like a lotion wetsuit. I'm not joking. I want it to really lock in moisture and protect my skin as I sleep or throughout the day or whatever. But the way that I typically test my body moisturizers is that I will put some on my lips. And if I like the way that it conditions my lips, I don't know why, I am a religious chapstick user. If I don't have chapstick on my lips, they get chapped really fast. And so I test it out with something like this. I want it to lock in the moisture. So typically, even at night, I will put this on my lips and then I will put chapstick over it because I don't want to see the lines around my lips. And I feel like the only reason I don't have those lines around my lips just yet is because I've always been a religious chapstick user since I can ever remember. I keep chapsticks everywhere. So anyway, this is my absolute favorite body lotion. Now I do want to say something about it. It's not easy to spread. So what I do is when I'm still in the shower, I will reach my arm out, grab a towel, pull it in the shower. I will just barely blot, you know, my body. I don't dry it, I just blot it. And then I will grab this off the windowsill, pull it in the shower, and I will put it on my slightly wet skinned body, and it spreads so nicely. And it just, like I said, it feels like I'm wearing a lotion wetsuit, and I just feel like my skin is very protected whenever I wear this. I did not feel the same way about this, and it bummed me out a little bit because this has ceramides and this does not. I wish that they would put some ceramides in this Gold Bond fragrance-free lotion because it's just, I love it. It's my favorite. It's my daughter's favorite too. She puts lotion on herself from head to toe when she gets out of the shower too. So she is starting really good habits, and I'm very happy about that. Now these two body lotions are also a couple of my empties. Now although this is Gold Bond also, I don't care for it too much. Whenever I use this, it sits on my skin so much so that if I scratch my leg or something, like I end up getting lotion under my fingernails. So it's like almost none of it is absorbed whatsoever, but it also has a little bit of a fragrance to it, and I'm trying to go in the direction of fragrance-free. So this is not my favorite. I'm not going to repurchase it. This is such a tough one. I love everything about this lotion right here, aside from the fact that it has fragrance in it. Now, honestly, I don't know if they have this in a fragrance-free. I'm gonna have to check that out. I really like the way the fragrance-free Gold Bond locks everything in for me. So that's just my favorite. So another empty that I have is a selfless tanner, and this is the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer, and it's medium to tan. And this is the self-tanner that I love to use during the fall and winter months because it's subtle enough. It's not super subtle. It still gives a really nice color, but it's not as dark as I would like to be in the summer months. So this is my fall winter self tanner, and this right here is my summer self tanner. Now this is also Jergens. It's Natural Glow Instant Sun. It's a deep bronze. It also has like instant color. And boy, if you want to look like you just spent, you know, a week in the sun, then you're gonna love this. So it just kind of depends. Now this is the deep bronze. I think they also have like a medium. I don't even mess with the lighter ones during the summer months. I like to go, you know, all in and be super tan. Anyway, the only problem with this, the only con is that you definitely have to wear gloves when you put this on, or you don't have to, but it's very difficult to get off of your hands once you're done putting it on your entire body. And oftentimes I will have to use like a really harsh soap or maybe some Dawn, you know, dishwashing liquid to get it off the palms of my hands because they turn like, it's got instant color, you know, so they turn really brown and it looks silly. So I did buy a glove, but I need to buy one more because I can't put my tanning stuff on with one hand. That's so silly. So I need to buy another one. Anyway, this is my favorite self tanner for the summer. All right, so I also have these face washes, and they are both made by a company called Simple, and this one is the moisturizing face wash, and this is the micellar facial gel wash, and I don't care for either one of these. They don't get the job done as far as I'm concerned. Now the only reason that I purchased these was because they were out of this. It seems like every time I would go to my grocery store to pick up my favorite face wash, they were out of it, so I had to try other stuff. And this is made by the same company called Simple, and it's a foaming cleanser. I feel like it totally gets the job done. You need one pump. One pump literally covers your whole face and neck, and I feel like it just does a really good job of cleaning your face. So this is the one that I always keep repurchasing. Now, sticking with the same brand that I just happen to really love, it's called Simple Micellar Cleansing Water. I've got a couple that are a little bit smaller. And I love this so much. Right after I clean my face with the foaming wash, I take one of those oval, you know, cotton swab pads or whatever, and then I douse it and then do another clean with this, and it just gets every single thing off. Now I used to use this, and this is the CeraVe Hydrating Micellar Water. And although it does a really good job of cleaning, you know, that second clean or whatever after you've washed your face, I always get it in my eyes because I do take this stuff and you know, clean up anything that was left over, you know, around my eyes, especially eyeshadow. Now, I'm not sure what ingredient it is that makes my eyes sting, but it's the reason that I switched over to this. This never makes my eyes sting. I can literally like douse a pad and put it right over my eyes and it doesn't hurt at all. So anyway, I'm no longer using this, and this is my new product of choice. Sticking with some skincare, I've got the Pixie Glow Tonic, and this is something that I would use after I use the micellar water. Now, I have stopped using this because there is some fragrance in it, and I'm trying to move in the direction of no fragrance. But also, I'm doing things a lot different these days with my skincare. I should probably do an updated skincare video. I'm keeping it a lot more simple than I've ever kept it in the last like 3 years or so. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm using a 30% glycolic gel once a week on my skin. Well, I'm supposed to use it once a week. And what happened was anytime something says that you're supposed to use it once a week, if I like the way my skin looks after having used it once a week, I'm like, how about twice a week, you know? And so that's what I did. I used it twice a week, 2 weeks in a row, and my skin paid for it. It's paying for it right now. I don't know if you could tell, but boy, I tore up my skin, so don't ever do that. Right now, I can feel a ton of texture on my skin from having abused it with the 30% glycolic acid. And like I said, it's only supposed to be used once a week, but I felt like I was seeing some massive improvement, like on the lines on my forehead, just right away, that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to keep doing this. It literally feels like I'm resurfacing my skin. However, there's no peeling or anything involved. So I was thinking, is it really working? How do I know? I can see that the texture of my skin looked so much better and the lines looked shallower on my forehead specifically. But so that's why I wanted to use it more. So like I said, I broke the rules. It's a 30% glycolic acid peel. Supposed to use it once a week. I decided to use it twice a week for 2 weeks in a row, and it was that fourth time that my skin was like, I don't think so. You know, you're abusing me here. So, I mean, and my skin totally reacted. So I'm like, okay, it is working. You know, something is definitely going on. I don't need to see, you know, a peel and stuff like that in order to know. But I always seem to do that. I always push my skincare to the limit, and then once I figure out how much I can do, then I'll scale it back a little bit. So anyway, that's just how I've always done stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to be using the Pixie Glow anymore. Unfortunately, I do love it. I really do. I've talked about it on several occasions and I love it, but because it has fragrance in it, and I've been reading a lot of stuff about fragrance, and I just want to move in the direction of no fragrance. So I'm not going to be using that anymore. Okay, so now we are moving into the shower. Now, I do want to say something before I jump in here, because I've been saying like no fragrance, no fragrance. That rule does not apply to me in the shower for whatever reason, especially because it's something that I'm going to be washing off. You know, when it comes to things that I'm going to be leaving on, that's when I worry about fragrance, but not in the shower for whatever reason. Those are just my own rules that I'm making up. I'm not saying that they're the right rules. It's just that that's how I'm doing things these days. So this product right here is just a favorite of both me and my daughter. We love it because not only can you soap your whole body with it, but you shave with it too. And it's the Olay Whips. It's a foaming whip body wash. But it also makes shaving a little fun. You know, whenever you're little and you saw your dad like shaving and he would put the shaving cream on and stuff like that. Remember, I used to always be like, I bet that's so much fun, you know? But that's why, you know, my daughter's young and she is shaving now. And so she really prefers to shave with something like this, and I don't blame her because I did too whenever I was young. So it's a really good product and it smells really good. This is the White Strawberry Mint. We just love scented body washes. Now, sticking with scented body washes, this is another one that my daughter and I both love. It's made by Carress, and it's called Evenly Gorgeous, and it's the brown sugar and Karite butter. I've never heard that word before. Karite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, the smell is just completely heavenly. And this also has some of those little, you know, exfoliating beads in there or something like that. Now, I do like this as a final wash, but I don't like shaving with it because of those little beads. But I just love the way that this smells. And again, I'm going to be washing it off my body, so I'm not too concerned about the fragrance. A couple of other fragranted body washes that she and I both like are these by Dr. Teals. Now, these are not my absolute favorite fragrances. My favorite, I want to say it's called Milk and Honey, and it just has a very pleasant, soft, just very feminine smell to it, and I love the way it smells. But these are also nice too. My daughter loves the smell of lavender. There's something about it, it just smells like a spa. And then we both like this one. This is actually eucalyptus and spearmint, and there's just something about the smell of spearmint or peppermint, you know, in a shower. It smells invigorating. That's the only word that I know how to describe the way that it smells. Now I just smelled this, and you know what it smells like? It smells like a really clean man. I know that's a weird way to describe it too. It smells like almost like a man's deodorant. I don't know if y'all are like me. I love the smell of a man's deodorant. Like sometimes I will just use my husband's deodorant just because, you know, if I lift my arms or something, I can smell it and it smells so good. I know that sounds so weird, but I do. I love the smell of a really clean, you know, man with nice smelling deodorant and cologne on, you know. Oh, that smells so good, it does. So anyway, we like those too. Okay, so we will stay in the shower for a minute. This is the shampoo and conditioner that I use the most. Sometimes I will switch it out, but this is the one that I always go back to. And you know, a couple years ago, I had some major hair shedding. And it was then, I just got so scared of just anything that I was using on my hair that I just stopped everything. And I had been using Joico for at least 20 years. That was just my shampoo and conditioner of choice. But like I said, whenever I started experiencing, you know, a lot of hair shed and hair loss, I just wanted to stop everything that I was using at the moment and start going in a different direction. And for me, it was using products like this. I find this shampoo and conditioner in the like natural kind of whole food section of my local grocery store. And so I really like it. I feel like it's just better for, you know, your hair and scalp or anything like that. I don't know enough about shampoos and conditioners and how to look at the ingredient list to know those things, but for me, it just gives me a little bit of peace of mind if I think that it's, you know, more natural. This is actually not empty, but I just wanted to show you them. This one is empty, which I don't know how that happens because usually we empty the conditioner before the shampoo, but somehow that happened. But one thing that I did want to mention about this conditioner is that not only do I use it in the shower when my hair's wet, whenever I get out of the shower, typically I will let my hair air dry until it's completely dry. I try to avoid using a blow dryer as much as I can because I know I have to use a hot iron and I don't want to be putting that much heat on it. So the first thing that I do after my hair has air dried is I put this on it, and this is my favorite, and this is actually an empty, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. It is the Tresemme Keratin Smooth, let's see, it's a heat protectant spray, and it's supposed to be anti-frizz and stuff like that. So I will spray this on my dry hair first, and then I will take some in the palm of my hand and really rub it together really well, and then I'll just kind of coat my hair is super coarse and it's getting curlier and curlier as I get older. Like literally in the back, I have ringlets, and I have ringlets under here. In the front, it's just real wavy, like beachy wavy, but then in the back, it's really curly. I don't know. So I could never just, you know, wear it like that because it's not uniform. You know, my curls and stuff are not uniform. But anyway, the curls are kind of hard to straighten unless I use something like this. So I will coat my hair with this, and for whatever reason, it gets my hair straight a lot faster. And then I feel a little bit more comfortable because as the heat kind of opens up my cuticles, the conditioner is going in. So I feel like it's better for my hair. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And like I said, this is my favorite heat protectant spray. And the reason it is because it does not weigh my hair down at all. And that is the problem. That is a problem that I get into sometimes with some of the heat protectant sprays. If I use a little bit too much, it like makes my hair look oily or weighs it down or something like that, and this does not. So this is just the one that I keep repurchasing. Okay, so sticking with hair, my daughter and I both love this Pantene. It's called Air Spray. It's not called Hairspray. And it says that it's an alcohol-free hairspray. And this is what she and I use, like whenever she wears her hair in a ponytails, she's got, you know, little flyaways and stuff, and so she'll spray that and just kind of pat them down a little bit. But I like to use this to texture my hair. So some days when I want it to look a little bit more messy or a little bit more textured, I use this. But anyway, we like this because it's kind of light and it's not like a heavy duty hold or anything like that. And it allows me to, you know, give myself some texture should I want it that day. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to teeth whitening. Now I recently saw these, I think I saw them in my dollar store, and they are made by Reach and they're whitening strips. And on the box it says dissolves completely, starts working as quickly as one day. And so I brought them home and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I want to try these for $1, I'll give them a try. So when it says dissolves completely, literally the second you put them on your teeth, they start to dissolve on your teeth and they foam up and create this weird, I don't know, you know, obviously I'm not going to swallow it, so I'm just sitting at the sink like spitting it out. So I'm probably never going to use these again. They are just too bizarre for me. I feel like if you are going to use them, you want to use like a mouth guard or something like that so that, you know, this product is just not dissolving in your mouth and your only option is to either swallow it or spit it out. You know, that's just kind of bizarre. So anyway, don't bother getting these if you see these at your local dollar store. Unless you have like some sort of mouth guard. So my teeth whitener of choice these days are these right here. So these are completely comparable to the Crest whitening strips. And I had avoided the strips for a very long time because 10 years ago when I tried using them, I remember they would just slip all over my mouth. So I was using these other ones called whitening wraps, and I would get them at Walmart. And those did a phenomenal job of whitening my teeth. However, they're very big and bulky in your mouth. You feel like a boxer, you know? It's like, you know, literally having a mouth guard. So you put a little strip on your teeth and it's really thin like paper and they do not slip around at all. And I did not know that until one of my subscribers left me a comment saying, you should revisit, you know, the Crest whitening strips because they don't slip around anymore. And I don't know how they got them to stop slipping around. But sure enough, I tried them and they don't slip around at all and they're not bulky in my mouth. I can even go pick up my kids with them in my mouth and nobody's even gonna know. So anyway, this is just my local grocery store's generic brand. They work just as well as the Crest whitening strips, and so whichever one are available at the moment, those are the ones that I'll pick up. But I always have some whitening strips around, and I don't do it all that often. I might whiten my teeth every 6 months or something like that. And another empty that I have is the CeraVe Ultra Light Moisturizing Lotion. It's an SPF of 30. This has become my favorite, you know, SPF face moisturizer. I was using one by Hawaiian Tropics that I absolutely loved. It was my absolute favorite because it was very matte. It had the ribbon technology and it was very matte, you know, once it dried down. And they changed the formula. And I hate when they do that. And so they changed the formula, and the new formula is so greasy and so terrible, and my makeup just slips right off of it. And I'm so disappointed in that. But I tried this and I absolutely love it. And it's so, it is ultra light, just like what it says. Your makeup goes well over it. It's made by CeraVe. I love CeraVe products. I feel like they're very quality products. So this is what I use now. It is my favorite face moisturizer with SPF. Okay, I promise I am almost through. I just have a couple of makeup products and then we'll say goodbye. So the first one is this, and this is a foundation. It's L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. It's 103 Natural Buff, and this has quickly become my favorite foundation. And it's funny because I've been getting some comments in the comment section saying, wow, your makeup looks so nice, and what foundation are you wearing? They always ask about the foundation. No, actually, recently somebody asked about my eyeshadow, which I was so shocked about. But anyway, so this is the foundation that I've been wearing, and you probably, you know, I hope I don't want you to gauge this foundation on the way that my skin looks right now, because like I said, I abused that 30% glycolic acid treatment and my skin reacted because of it. So like I said, I don't want you to base this recommendation on maybe the way that my skin looks now. But anyway, this is definitely a full coverage foundation, which I completely appreciate. I think more than anything, I do prefer a full coverage foundation. It's also pro matte, and it definitely does go on very matte. It has a very matte finish, so if you don't like that, then you're not gonna like it. So anyway, and it says that it's a 24-hour foundation. Now, I don't think there is a makeup product out there that's 24-hour. I think that's just, you know, puffing. I'm gonna use Judge Judy's word. I watch Judge Judy all the time. But anyway, I feel like that's just their way of saying, hey, you better buy it because, you know, it lasts for 24 hours. Especially when they say like lipsticks and stuff like that for 24 hours. I'm like, whatever. I don't believe that for a second. But it is very long lasting. I've tried several other foundations and, you know, I can certainly tell when a foundation just slips right off my face or if it rubs off in certain areas and stuff like this. And I really do like this one. Anyway, it's my favorite foundation. I've got a brand new tube of it right here. So this is my old one. And then the last product that I'm going to show you is, and you can't even read what it says on it. I don't even know that I can. False Fiber Lashes, and it's the Voluminous. And this is waterproof. I always wear waterproof mascara. Anyway, if you want your eyelashes to look really thick and longer, you have got to get this. However, it does have a learning curve, and I do not have any on right now, by the way, because this is so dried out, it's not even gonna go on. And I haven't been able to find it lately. However, there is kind of a learning curve, and you definitely wanna make sure that your eyelashes are very well separated before you apply it. Once it dries, if you try to take something like this, it's just, you know, Tweezer Man, just a little eyelash separator that I need a new one of. It's got the little needles. If you try to take something like that and separate your eyelashes after you've already put this on, it'll kind of come off clumpy. So you really want to make sure that you either have your eyelashes separated before you put it on, or while it's still wet, you can take, you know, this eyelash separator and separate them. But once it dries, you can't do that. Otherwise, it's kind of clumpy and it'll come off. But I really do love this mascara a lot. It really does make you look like you have thicker, fuller eyelashes. And especially, like, there are times where I might lose a few eyelashes, like all in a clump, like in the same area, and they might just be so short trying to grow out. And when I put this on, it just kind of blends them all together because it has those little fibers or whatever. However, there are times that I don't use it because it is actually kind of heavy. Like, it makes your eyelashes feel kind of heavy, if that's a thing. But it is a really good mascara and it makes your eyelashes look thicker and longer. So this was probably the longest Empties video I've ever had in my life. So sorry about that. Hopefully you're just kicking back and relaxing and, you know, watching some YouTube videos. That's what I do. You know, whenever I'm trying to relax and chill out and, you know, get sleepy, or when I put on my makeup, that's when I really like to watch YouTube videos or just listen to them, you know. And then of course it takes me, you know, extra long to put on my makeup because I'm too busy, you know, trying to pay attention. Anyway, to me, just watching YouTube videos is just so relaxing. I just love it. I just love that we live in this day and age of YouTube, because me and my my younger sister, she's actually taller than me, so I can't call her little sister, but she'll always be my little sister, right? Anyway, she and I were talking the other day about just YouTube and how much we totally love and appreciate YouTube, because we have learned so much from so many women here on YouTube about makeup and skincare and cleaning and organizing and fashion and, you know, just you name it. You know, I love it. So to us, we are so thankful for YouTube, and I'm so thankful for all the other women out there that take the time to make and create videos that I can learn from and, you know, just inspire me. You know, I love being inspired by other people's videos. And then of course I appreciate all of you, because without you watching my videos, you know, I couldn't really have a channel. And so I really appreciate, I have like a little lump in my throat right now. I'm not even joking. I have a lump in my throat talking about the other ladies on YouTube, and then I have a lump in my throat thinking about you guys and how much y'all mean to me, and, you know, just how much I appreciate, and I'm so grateful for y'all watching my videos and, you know, spending time with me and leaving comments and stuff like that. Y'all, I'm about to get emotional. I'm not even joking. Okay. Yeah. So at the end of my videos, whenever I say, like, thank you so much for watching and I really appreciate your time, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Why am I so emotional right now? Oh my God. I'm like seriously emotional right now. Like, I feel such a lump in my throat. And I feel like, you know, whenever y'all get upset, do your lips start to like quiver and go down? I feel like mine do. They always do. But anyway, okay. Deep breath. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. And we do have a 3-day weekend because Monday is Memorial Day. And I really hope that, you know, you really take the time to just honor and celebrate and pay respect to the men and women who have served in our US military to protect our country. My brother-in-law being one of them. His name is Sean Holohan, and he is a lieutenant colonel in the US Air Force. So thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate your service, and I just appreciate you as a wonderful human being and husband to my sister. You know, I can tell you one thing. When you have a family member who is deployed, there is nothing like it. It is a very, very scary feeling, and all you hope for is that they come back, you know, alive. And some people don't come back alive. And so we should really honor those people and show our respect. Like I said, people who have served in our military and people who are still serving in our military, because it is a wonderful feeling to feel protected, and you should never take that for granted. So thank you so much to anyone and everyone out there who has served our country, past and present. I appreciate you. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week.